gentlemen, boys and girls, may I have your attention, please? Because coming to you live from the beautiful On Air Media Studios in Dallas, Texas, this is Far Out Fiesta, episode 178, Single Marshal Relationships. I am your host and moderator, Richard Houghton. Please give it up for amazing cast, Kristin Keith, JuliAnna Briscoe, and Robb Hudspeth.
Yes.
I got a quick question. What is your favorite Western, either a TV show or a movie? You could go either way, or if you want to do both, you can do both. Robb, I'll start with you.
Oh, gosh. Probably Outlaw Josie Wales.
That's a really good one.
That or Unforgiven. I mean, those two they're kind of
those are
A
both
and B for me.
Very, very good. What about you, Kristin?
Can I go Western sci-fi?
Sure you can.
The Firefly series? Yeah.
I don't know that one.
Yes.
Oh, it's good.
They travel through space, but they dress like cowboys and...
Wow.
and-
Like Cowboy Bebop.
Try to find that one.
yes. So-
What about you, Jules?
Blazing Saddles count?
Sure it does.
Blazing
It's
Saddles.
a good one. Mine is actually Silverado. I like
yeah.
Silverado a lot. So
Very young Kevin Costner in that
that's right.
one.
What about you, Jason?
Well, I do think I would have to say Tombstone.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
good one, too.
yeah.
It's my favorite Val Kilmer role.
Yeah.
For
I'll be
if I
Huckleberry.
thought we could not be friends, it would just break my heart.
Very nice. All right. All right. Let's fiesta.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome to the Single Marshal. I'm your old pal, Western Doug, the honorary sheriff of Denton City. I'd like to introduce you to some of the Denton City townsfolk who coincidentally will be part of tonight's episode. Reverse cowboys and cowgirls, it's the Single Marshal.
Yeah.
You know, after 3 years, they should have given you a name.
Whoa.
Once again, the Single Marshal.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks for the introduction, Western Doug, and thank you also for calling out the single largest source of anguish in my life. I'm called the Single Marshal because I am, in fact, single and a marshal. So, can I start over? That made me sad.
Well, this is Yona, the Single Marshal's faithful companion.
Is that a euphemism for lover?
Ooh, I don't know. Is it? Yona travels throughout the Old West, making it safer by a whole lot of the killing and the eating of her enemies. Most folk don't know how common cannibal was in the Old West.
A well-placed neck arrow answers all questions. My relationship with the Single Marshal is, let's just call it, open. Really?
Ooh. This is Harry. He may just be in this episode.
Aww.
Or he could become a recurring character.
Hooray.
Harry is the Single Marshal's current suitor.
But, you know, I like to think that I have more dimensions than that.
You don't. That's generous.
I'll introduce one of my personal favorite townsfolk, Larry Hawkbear. Larry and I are what my people call doing it.
You are? You are?
Yep, we're having very much sex.
Thank you, Yona, for the sexual intercourse.
Your pleasure.
Ooh. Mostly. I am Larry Hawkbear, or in my native tongue, Lawrence Hawkbear. Yona and I are doing it, and it is the best she's ever had.
Ha, maybe top 40 in the man's category.
I love that there's more than one category. Is there a woman's category?
Luck, yes, there is.
Is there a ranking in the women's category?
Open
right.
relationship.
Oh.
Tonight's episode is all about relationships. The relationship between the Single Marshal and Yona, the relationship between Yona and Larry Hawkbear, and the relationship between these four people and their across the prairie neighbors, the Wallaces. I'll let them introduce themselves.
Well, thanks, Weston Doug. I said, Thanks, Western Doug. Oh, now he was supposed to be here. Now we had planned to do a hilarious ad-lib skit.
He's having a smoke. He said he didn't think he was going to be in this scene. Keep going.
Well, he knew he was supposed to be here. We ad-libbed it for 5 hours.
Don't shoot the messenger in the neck with an arrow. That's my job.
Well, I am Amos Wallace, the patriarch of the Wallace family.
The Wallace family patriarch, if patriarch means most likely to shot. I was hoping somebody will distract the rest of my family and I can sneak away and start a new life. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much.
I am Amos Wallace, and the thing about Millicent is someday she's blah, 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 just talking too much.
He's a patriarch, if patriarch means man with cut off shorts that show 40% of his balls. That is not an acceptable look in the Old West. Cover up, Amos. Seeing my husband's balls fucking ruined this for me. Brenda.
I'm Brenda Wallace, their daughter, and you are the Wallace family patriarch. If patriarch means cologne that smells like Old West ass sweat, or cologne that smells like Old West warm shrimp in a boot, cologne that smells like... Oh, I don't have it. I don't have any more.
Oh, now, patriarch is all of those things and more.
Less. The matriarch says less.
I am the patriarch of the Wallace family. Like typical Old West families, when the main cities get too full, we move to western suburbs. We just moved into this neighborhood. Yes, we found a nice little house on one street.
Can you really call it a house with under 40 acres of land?
Damn good point, Amos.
Yeah, we are a little surprised about how many of our neighbors have vanished. Oh, shit.
Let me interrupt you there, Brenda. I'm Millicent Wallace, Brenda's mom. I'm interrupting because we signed a non-disclosure with the Old West HOA about mentioning the vanishing neighbors thing to the media.
It's alarming, the amount of vanished neighbors.
It's very alarming. It keeps me up at night. That's when I throw porcelain dolls at cars. Speaking of keeping things up, Amos is impotent.
Millicent?
We still can't talk about the vanishing neighbors. However, I think our neighbors are cannibals.
Well, yes, the neighborly problems are they're probably cannibals, and that a lot of that in the OW.
The Old West.
Well, that's right. I'm still Amos Wallace. I'm some sort of Old West banker. Now, my daughter Brenda is more of a change of life fun baby. I was part of the 9th Cavalry in the war between the Tates.
The Civil War.
Russet versus Sweet. Now, I have serious teeth, i.e., tetched in the head. My Old West barber doctor diagnosed me with teeth, and he prescribed me morphine and cocaine. They're the miracle drugs of the Old West.
I'm Brenda Wallace. I don't know if I'm a fun baby, but I'm definitely more fun than Amos. And my fun isn't torturing insects, Amos.
Well, now that's a warning sign.
I'm the confident daughter of the Wallace family. Sadly, I have ankles that are prone to twisting when I run for my life. I also tend to fall in love with boys who live in the sewer.
Okay.
Finish your thought there, Millicent. You think our neighbors what?
I think our neighbors are cannibals. And I finished that sentence. I said cannibals. Can you fucking pay attention?
And what's worse, I think they might be a same-sex couple.
Dude, I don't give an Old West shit about that.
Well, what's your name? Mommy?
Millicent.
Mommy? I just lost 2 of my toes to rattlers.
You'll probably lose the whole bottom half of your body. Have you been to the doctor?
Why, yes.
What did they say?
Well, if the morphine and cocaine doesn't work, Try some not illegal because it's the Old West. Drugs, Millicent.
My lover, the doctor, comes through again.
What?
Did the doctor say anything else?
Did he mention whether the results of my pregnancy test came back? I conjugally defiled Otis in the jail cell, and you know.
Well, the doctor, he gave me some kind of a mushroom tea. Oh, there is so much going on in my head.
Well, none of it's thinking.
Be nice to your father. He has teeth.
Well, Dad already mentioned that. Why don't we just kill the new neighbors, Mom? Hey, if you're watching, we'll kill you.
Would that help, Amos?
It couldn't hurt. Well, let's meet our neighbors, and if we get cannibals vibes,
Kill him.
Hooey, that escalated fast.
The Old West suburbs take no prisoners.
Well, now that we've met everyone, we'll get a glimpse into the Single Marshal and Yona's relationship and kiss the Wallace's asses goodbye.
Oh, now you embarrassed me earlier, Western Doug. You knew you were supposed to be here. My own wife covered for you. Is there something going on between you two?
That's what you're concerned about, Amos. Brenda publicly threatened our neighbors.
Oh, publicly, it's far out Fiesta. Nobody watches.
What was that about my family kissing their asses goodbye, Western Doug?
Well, hell if I know. I'm going back to the saloon.
Something has gone horribly wrong.
From the rattler bites.
Well, that or it could have been something I ate. My other 8 toes are forming 2 snakes.
Mom, Dad's feet are striking me.
Amos!
Tattletale! Wait up there, Western Doug. I'll go with you. I could use a drink.
Thank you for meeting me here behind the tumbleweed at the horse wash, Harry.
Yeah, well, you know I'd meet you anywhere. Single Marshal.
Yeah, that's one of the 55.
Specific?
55 things I don't like about you. You are clingy.
What, clingy? Okay, why do you say?
Well, you're hanging off me like the 50 ticks on the small of my back.
Okay, well, remind me why we have to keep our dates a secret, the Single Marshal. I mean, my dysentery affects my memory.
Yeah, always playing the dysentery card. You know that my relationship with Yona is complicated.
Yeah, and I'm too dumb to care about that.
Well, I'd plan to say a lot more about my relationship with Yona.
Do you want me to pretend to care?
That would be lovely.
It would be lovely.
Too much.
It would be lovely?
That's better. Yona and I just spent a lot of intimate. We spent a lot of intimate time together in the Old West. We know about each other very well, if you can dig where I'm coming from.
I dig where you're coming from.
Though we've always considered our relationship open.
Yeah, well, I have to shit. It'll probably kill me.
Oh, there's that dysentery card again.
Okay, look, I'm serious. I have to. Okay, it's less urgent now.
Thank you for meeting me here, behind the fitness club, which, in the Old West, is life. Larry.
You know, I'd meet you anywhere. You would let me have sex with you in a kind of public place. The Single Marshal.
What did you just call me?
Yona. I called you Yona. I'd meet you anywhere.
Anywhere. The sky is vast.
Fast? Why not?
Anywhere. The rattlers are docile.
Docile rattlers? Why not?
Anywhere you can do it, in a kind of public place.
What? I understand that your relationship with the Single Marshal is complex.
I'm complex. She's simple. It works. No need to change it.
Whatever.
Whatever. This can't end with a whatever. Well, Mother Fluckers, it did end with a whatever.
What?
You seem angry, but also you're hiding something.
I display a complex array of emotions. I was expecting you over an hour ago.
For our bi-weekly delousing?
That's right.
No need. I am having sex in the Old West with a man who eats lice.
I don't know what to do with that. Okay, it was inconsiderate.
I'm sorry. You know how complex our relationship is.
I sure do. Our relationship is very complex.
But my relationship with Larry, Hawkbear, is white bread with the crust off. Why is that funny to you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't
There
I mean,
was an applause sign.
It's
It was
an
funny.
applause.
The applause sign was on.
I
and
Kind of
Can't think for
funny
myself.
to us.
my relationship with Harry.
You have a relationship
yeah.
with Harry.
Yeah. Okay, I was looking for the right moment to tell you.
You suck at determining right moments.
Old West, whatever, okay? I bet my relationship with Harry is better than your relationship with Larry Hawkbear.
Your psychedelic tea just kicked in. Hard.
You? When did you drink that?
I drink it every time it wears off. It's the Old West. Nobody cares.
Okay, if I paint the picture of how Harry and I met, will you agree that my relationship with Harry is better than your relationship with Larry Hawkbear?
Fish and background water snakes. Very strong tea. Have some.
Oh, don't mind if I do.
It will make our How We Met vignettes a little more interesting.
Oh, fish and background water snakes.
Cool.
Whoa.
It's kicking in for you too. My tea is a little ahead of yours. I'll go first. Here's the very romantic story of how Larry and I met.
In the Old West?
That's right. You may want to promise some kid that you'll pay them to fan you and sit down.
Why?
The story is pretty hot.
There are kids who do that?
As the vignette started.
Yes.
This isn't so hot.
Yona,
Larry Hawkbear,
thank you for responding to my sex smoke signal.
I'm ready when you are. That's the end of that vignette. Thoughts?
Oh, well. Right here? I mean, I remember the first time I ever smelled nothing, but I thought, does nothing become something? And if there is something that really is nothing, by naming it, do I make it something?
Wow, I hope she's not tripping too much for our vignette.
Your guess is as good as mine. Go ahead and do your vignette.
Please stop aiming that arrow at my neck.
After the vignette.
For several months, each day, I pay school children to bring her tiny objects. Small flowers, thimbles, miniature.
Well, I started receiving these tiny random objects. I thought I was going mad.
I'd watch her reaction from afar, know that one day that woman would at least have lunch with me, one-on-one, not in the Old West.
Well, this is not the Old West.
Well, at least have lunch with me, one-on-one.
Well, that sounds great.
I was the one paying strange children to bring you tiny things.
Why would you do that?
It's Old West romantic.
Then Old West romantic is bullshit.
My tea is completely worn off.
Mine too. Cactus buzzard spur. Let's agree that we're even on the most romantic.
I clearly won. But I'm interested to hear where you're going.
Okay, one more round. Winner take all.
Okay, but I clearly won.
I know. Deal with it. Okay, before we go there, did you see the Wallaces?
The new family in our neighborhood.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, I want to shoot them all through the necks with arrows.
Well, I don't condone that, but if it happened, you could move into their house and take their stuff. There's only one way to prove whose relationship with a male is better.
Interesting way to phase that.
And that way
Phrase.
is to have a public proposal contest.
A contest to see which one of the males we're in relationships with can propose better.
That's right.
Hey, I'm in.
Thank you, Harry.
Larry Huckbear.
I'm thinking. I'm in too.
I just hope the single marshal doesn't turn me down in public. That would be humiliating.
Having my public marriage proposal turned down would shatter me.
But the single marshal wouldn't do that to me. Right, the single marshal?
And Yona wouldn't do that to me, right, Yona?
So we need to meet these those new neighbors.
Yes, I'd like to do an inventory of their possessions for later.
The single marshal didn't answer my question.
Yona didn't answer mine.
This is so nice.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us, Millicent and Amos Wallace.
And thank you for the crackers and that delicious spread. And what is that called?
Peanut butter. Are you writing that down? Oh, hey, you have never heard of peanut butter?
Well, we are new to the neighborhood.
We appreciate your hospitality. Do you have any? Slapjack?
Slapjack, you're too fast for me, Millicent.
I know the HOA forbids us from talking about this. Slapjack!
Slapjack? Wow, you're too fast for me, Amos.
Why do you think so many of our neighbors turn up missing and or half-eaten?
Slapjack!
Nice one, the single marshal.
You didn't answer my question.
This is so nice.
Thank you for joining us, Brenda and Amos Wallace.
And thank you for the crackers and that delicious spread. What's it called?
Peanut butter. How can your family not be aware of peanut butter?
Well, we're new to the neighborhood. 3 points.
You have great skill when it comes to cornhole, Amos Wallace.
Well, thank you, Amos Wallace. That's 3 points for the Wallaces.
You two are almost too good at cornhole. Are you sure you're not professional?
Semi-pro.
Do you two know anything about the neighbors that keep disappearing and are being found half-eaten? And 21.
We win. Great game. Amos, why don't you run along?
Me too.
How about you stay behind? Brenda.
Okay, sounds good. Hey, you staked me in the dessert. I'll be dead in 3 hours.
Brenda,
She's not in her room. When was the last time you saw her, Amos?
while playing cornhole with the neighbors.
She probably got tired from the cornhole game and started walking from Texas to Alabama.
Oh, she has done that before.
I wouldn't worry too much about her absence.
Well, why did you barge into our house, the single marshal?
I need to poop, but I can't. So I have this elaborate bathroom.
Me poopa, Sue poopa.
Millicent, after my poop, how about you and Amos go look for Brenda? Okay, Amos, how about you stay behind? I may pop a blood vessel straining.
I'll see you soon, the single marshal.
Yeah, we'll leave you two alone.
We find great comfort in your assurance that Brenda is fine.
That means a lot. Scram!
Have you tried prunes?
Of course, I've tried prunes.
Brenda?
Brenda,
Brenda?
I'm sure she's around here somewhere.
Oh, why, that brings me great comfort.
You two should split up. You can cover more ground that way.
Oh, that makes sense. Why are those buzzards circling us?
Brenda?
I'm sure she'll be home any minute.
Brenda?
I'm sure she'll be home any minute.
Millicent?
We killed and partially ate her.
Pardon?
I'm sure she will be home any minute.
Oh, well, thank you for helping me find my family. Now, what's with the bib and knife and fork?
The Wallace place is nice.
It really is.
Yeah, our public proposal contest was a draw.
It really was. Larry Hawkbear, you can put that heavy credenza over there.
Oh, you got it, Yona. I'm going to love living here.
Harry, will you please drag that heavy coffee table over here?
You got it, the Single Marshal. I'm going to love living here.
Do you want me to kill them both?
How about we both kill them both?
That's why I love you.
What?
Nothing.
I love you too.
What?
Nothing.
This has been Far Out Fiesta episode 178, The Single Marshal Relationships. I am your host and humble narrator, Richard Houghton. Please give it up for amazing cast, Kristin Keith.
Thank you!
Robb Hudspeth. JuliAnna Briscoe. And Jason doing a great job keeping things going here at On Air Media. Does anybody got anything they'd like to plug real quick?
I won't be here next week.
Oh, Jason won't be here for the next show because he'll be doing a show in Vegas, right?
Awesome.
Two shows in Vegas.
That's right. That's cool.
Sweet.
I got nothing else. Thanks, everybody. Good night.